The Pentagon has initiated a comprehensive budget review to reallocate $50 billion from its fiscal 2026 budget towards Donald Trump's defense priorities. This directive is issued by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and mandates an 8% reduction in current military spending, focusing on limiting programs deemed non-essential. And this 8% will go on for about 5 years continually. The reallocated funds are intended to enhance border security, modernize nuclear forces, and invest in Asia-Pacific regions. These are priorities that Donald Trump has, and to make sure that they are taken care of, other things must move. Now, specific exceptions to these cuts include the Indo-Pacific Command, U.S. border missions, and missile defense. Those are things we're putting towards exactly with the money, and autonomous weapons programs. The initiative aligns with broader government downsizing efforts led by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, the Deutsch folks, aiming to reduce bureaucracy and reallocate resources to high priority areas. The budget realignment has raised concerns among lawmakers and defense contractors. Defense contractors, pretty obviously, they're getting less money, but it also has an issue for job losses among civilian defense employees and the impact on defense programs vital to various electoral districts. Essentially, if your district has a base in it, your congressmen and your senators will bitch and complain about it. Additionally, companies like Palantir Technologies have experienced stock value decline due to uncertainties surrounding the future of defense contracts. Let's go off script for a second and kind of go deeper in this. As a person who is a former military member and a person who actually worked in the world of spending money for the government and acquisitions in the military, acquisitions officer, I have a deeper understanding of how the money sort of works, although in mainstream it doesn't really matter. It's money to the military, money to the government going forward. And being able to reallocate money from one program to another literally takes an act of Congress, because Congress lays down the law when you put your budget in going forward. In fact, there are issues when I was in the military where if you had a surplus of money, instead of saying, oh yeah, that's great, send it back so we can put it to something else, you got to find a way to kind of spend it because you might need it in the future. And once it goes away, a black helicopter is bought someplace and it's never seen again. It's literally how it works that way. Now, to fund the initiatives that are big on Trump's list, like keeping the border secure and things like that, because that's what he's shooting for, someone's got to pay for it. And that means somewhere in somebody's budget, they're going to lose some copy machines, maybe some personnel issues, things like that. That's how businesses work in general. But for the government and the zero-sum budgets that work in the military, it's a bit more complicated. Money goes someplace and it has to go that place, or someone has to actually address it and go to Congress to explain why they actually have less money, or why they need more money, why they must pull it from this other program that's actually functional and worth it, that if you gave them more money, they'd use it efficiently and not the people that must spend money. Troops cost money. Beans cost money. Bullets cost money is what it is. Pete Hegseth is doing an about face because he came in basically a week ago saying, hey, we need to spend more money in the military. It's time to bolster up what's going on. And now he is both cutting the budget because Deutsch wants to and shifting money because Trump needs it at various places. It is what it is, and it's doing what it's doing. Now, your opinion on this may vary. If you want to chat this one up directly, email me at theconversationinbox@gmail.com. I'll tell you about my time in acquisitions and how the money works for the government budgets and why it's exactly why the hammers cost $10,000. I know there was a time when there were toilet seats that cost $300, and there's a reason for it. Not a good reason, but there's a rationale that made it work for the time. If you want to talk that up, we can. You want to just talk budgets in general, or Pete Hegseth, or the Pentagon in general, let's do that. Comment in the comments here of the video as well to go back and forth. But the military has to cut its budget and shift some priorities to other things. Not an easy thing to do, the way the budgets work and the way people are very, very, very territorial about their money. We'll see how well it works for Hegseth, all of us, and all of us.